So you might have been hearing and seeing a lot about sandbags recently, and yourself, you might have even filled a few to put in front of your home or business. But what you might not know is how to pack them properly and install them. So we're here at the SES headquarters to show you exactly how you should place them down and what to do. And joining me is Jason Jones, who's the unit commander here at the Nambucca headquarters. Jason, tell me, you're going to show us how we do this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do we do?
So with the sandbags, they will come either 2/3 full or half full, depending on how they've been set up in the hopper. Most of the time, instead of tying them up, we will just fold them over because it's just as quick to do it. So the bag will come like that, fold it over. You'll see on one side there is a seam. Where you want to put that seam is up against what you're trying to protect. So I can demonstrate that on this door here. So we've got the seam on the side there. You'd put this on the outside of what you're trying to protect. So you put the first one down, hard up against the door, push it down. The second bag that you will place will be partially overlapped the first bag. So again, with the seams in, partially over top of the first bag, like so. I find it actually easier to push them down with your feet because you make them then level with the next bag. And you just continue this process along the length of your door. So for a standard house door, it's usually 3 to 4 bags. Garage doors, depending on the door itself, can be bigger. So that is how you would do your first level. If you need to go higher, it's the same process again.
Right. And so if people are filling their own bags, how much sand should they be putting in the bag? Should they be filling it to the brim, or should they be at least half?
About half to 2/3. If you go more than 3/4 of a bag, they're extremely heavy, hard to manoeuvre, and you end up with a lot more sand than you actually need.
Right.
For laying them down like this, it's actually better to have probably a 2/3 bag. Yeah. They're a lot easier to move. They're a lot easier to squash down.
Okay, so the 3 key takeaways for people to keep in mind, what would they be? Number one.
Number one is to 2/3 fill the bag.
Number two.
Number two would be to place the seams hard up against what you're trying to protect.
And number three.
Number three, as you lay them down as flat as possible. Do probably about a 10 centimetre overlay on each one. And the easiest way to do it is once you put the second one on top, is to stand on it.
That's great.
Because it doesn't matter how heavy you are.
It's
you only need enough weight just to push it down so it's flat with the one that you've just covered.
And there's no gaps. Well, you heard it here first. That's how you lay down a sandbag, and that's how you pack a sandbag. Stay safe.